Hello there people, this is Bruce Bickle or Nintendo Bruce, and today we're going back to basics with how to do certain things in the game, like making a deck, speeding up gameplay, all sorts of little bits that you might not have known. Originally this was a request from someone on YouTube. Thank you for giving us an idea for the video, and hopefully this helps you out. And let's get to it, shall we? Now, one of the things which can be a bit confusing is the deck edit, so let's go straight into that. For those of you guys that have at least started the game, you know that you're given a rubbish deck, and eventually you start earning cards, and then you'll eventually add them to your deck and turn it into your own. So what do you do once you've got your cards and you've got things that you want to add in there? All you do is go into your trunk, select card, and honestly it's simple as that. Choose what you want. Let's have one of those, one of those, and one of those, because it makes sense in a battery man deck, and that will do. Press B and press down to go to your deck, and you'll see that it's there. Now if there's a specific card in mind that you want, and you've got a ridiculous amount of cards like I have, then instead of holding right or holding left, you can actually hold the right trigger down and then either press right to skip to the next row of cards, or if you press down or up, it will go to the next letter, which saves a lot of time trying to find the cards that you want. There's other things like swap labels and stuff, which yeah, you know, I don't really find that useful. You know, the alphabet's fun enough. If you don't know the alphabet, then that's well, yeah, no comment. So anyway, we've got our cards that we want for our funky awesome hyper deck. Now how do we save that? All you do is press edit recipe, and as long as your deck is valid, it will let you save it, otherwise it won't. So we go to one of our free spaces, press A, and you can probably hear me clicking now, but everything else is blacked out. There's only register recipe. So click that, and brilliant stuff. Now it will be the same name as the deck that you currently had, so whether it's default deck or something you've made previously, then that will be what appears. So press A. Now everything else is highlighted now that you've got a deck that's complete in there, and press edit recipe name, and let's just call it B because we can, and there you go. That's your name loaded there and changed, and now you know what it is. Register recipe again would overwrite it, so re-register this recipe, yes. Now notice the name's gone back. That's because I haven't loaded the recipe labelled B, even though they're the same cards. So what you have to do, edit recipe name, go back to the name you want, and then put load recipe. So that's to ensure that next time you save, it will be the current name that you've got. And also, obviously, you would use load recipe on any of these, and it will load up that deck into the system. And it's probably the obvious here, but delete recipe is to delete, which is what we want to do. We've also got that, which is a bit rubbish now. We've also got the rubbish deck. Brilliant stuff. And yeah, that is how you save multiple decks and change their different names. Pretty simple once you've got the hang of it. If you press the right shoulder button, that will go through the characters that you've defeated and all their deck lists. Anything blacked out is cards that you don't currently have yet, so you won't be able to play their deck. If you do, then it will say complete with a golden thumbs up, so I could play as Kuwabara or Kawabunga if I wanted to, whatever his name is. Okay, other than that, can I say empty deck if you want to start again. This will not save over the deck you've got. Edit deck name, we've already covered that. Edit recipe, we've already gone through all of that. Turn deck to previous state, simple really. And then sort if, you know, the labels weren't good enough for you. Pretty easy, what can I say? Now, that would save content automatically as long as you've saved your deck. Now, for a few shortcuts, I say a few, there's not too many, I'm not going to lie there. But what you've probably noticed, well, besides pressing A to just skip through everything because there is no storyline, what can I say? Let's use aggressive burn, shall we? Now, what I was saying is, if you probably noticed that if you've got a chainable card which just chains to anything, then basically after every single move you make, it's going to say, would you like to activate this card? Oh, your opponent drew. Would you like to activate this card? Or your opponent summoned. Would you like to activate this card? Or your opponent breathed. Would you like to activate this card? And obviously you don't want to. Scapegoat especially. In the first deck you'll notice this straight away. Now I'm not going to press anything. And look what happens. So I've drawn a card. Do I want to activate anything? No, not really. It's the draw phase. No, really? I never knew. Do I want to activate anything? No. I'm good, thank you. No, I've told you, stop it. So, how do we avoid that? I can hear you cry. One simple tactic. You just hold the B button. So, once I end my phase, I'm going to instantly hold B and we'll see what happens. Whoa, check this out. No, oh shit. Well, sorry, excuse my French. Let's do some of that. This is pointless because I'm going to quit the game anyway. But yeah, you see my point. If you hold B, and it cuts out a lot of that annoying stuff there. Especially when making videos, you want to learn to hold B because it could take up anything from 30 seconds to a minute of video. And if you're, you know, rendering equipment and upload equipment is as slow as mine, that can mean anything from a minute to an extra hour added on. So yeah, now you know how to do that. If we go into multiplayer, now something that sometimes happens is the screen will go either green or white for me. Ignore that, it won't break your Xbox. Sure, it'll look a little freaky, but don't you worry your little con socks about it, okay? Now, a lot of you, I hear, you know, when making a deck, you want to use it straight away against the computer, not computer player, well maybe, but you want to go into a player match or a ranked match against someone, and then you find that you're using the deck in its previous state. And what you're going to have to do is actually play a game against the computer with that deck, or instead of going to quick match, just go to custom match, leave these 4 settings alone, and then select deck. So notice aggressive burn was the last one I used, so that's what came up straight away. And if I just went into a quick match, you've got no choice but to use aggressive burn. So there you go, if someone invites you to a game, you have to have played with the deck that you want previously before it'll register that. So yeah, what can I say? Character menu again on the right shoulder button there. And what can I say? I think that is about it really. Leaderboards are useless because that just goes by how many times you've played as opposed to, you know, actual skill. Help and options, they're pretty useless. Achievements, well, you know what they're about. Download content, I would suggest not to download the content because, well, the packs are horrible really. Sure, if you're really unlucky and not getting any mirror forces or torrential tributes or anything like that, then maybe, but I wouldn't really spend your money on it. I mean, in the day, if you're gonna concentrate on like I needed giant germs, and you know you need 3 of them for it to work. What do you get in a pack? 1. Can you download the pack again? Of course not. So you know, ignore the packs. And the last option, exit game, is obviously exit game, which I think we are going to have to go, you know, depart now. But if there's any other questions you don't understand about the game, or you see anything in my games list that you want me to explain for you, then drop us a message, a comment. You know what my game tag is by now, hopefully, and obviously you can send me a message on the YouTube channel. So anyway, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you again soon.